Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Come on in, family. Make sure you hit the thumbs up as you come in the building. If you did not, please do so. And if you're not part of the family, go ahead and subscribe. And guess what? Share the live. Make sure everybody knows that we're on. If you have not done it, go back and do it. I'm looking. And let's go.
It's a beautiful day.
Here we go.
My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along?
Good morning, or good evening, everybody. Good evening. There was something soon as I sit down, I said, I forgot something upstairs. I'm gonna give myself about 5 minutes and I'm gonna go up there and get my other phone because I've got some notes on there that I want to go over, you guys. Thank you for sharing, Lisa Calhoun. If you came in the building, you guys, and we don't know who you are, if you're new, please let us know. We have mods in the building. They will shout you out, let me know that you're in here, and we can, greet you in a very, more formal or professional way. We just don't want you to come in and you don't know nobody, so we do want to get to know you. If you did come in the building, which you are here, you guys, but you did not hit the thumbs up, go out, hit the thumbs up. That helps our algorithm. And we always ask everybody to share. Come in the live, share the live. And if you don't know how to share the live, we go over it many times, but there's a little right in the middle of your phone. It says share, and you hit that, and then you just write something like we're live or come in, we're talking, nice conversation, greeting everybody. We're talking about Codi Bigsby. We're continuing to put this child's picture out there because he is still missing. Codi Bigsby, he's been missing since January 31st. Well, he was reported, I have to remember, he was reported missing January the 31st. Man, it looks like I've got something. I guess it's on this side, like something like I am stressed out. But he's been missing or reported missing since January 31st, you guys. It's not looking good. They say that the longer things happen, I mean, like they do not have a clue where Codi is. Thank you, Gloria, for sharing, and anybody else that I did not see, Pearls of Wisdom and Dana and everybody. Thank you for sharing. Please share. Okay. We're going to be talking this evening. I put a little clip up earlier. heard all that ticking noise. That's a lot of ticking noise. Laundry's done. Anyway, you guys, thank you, Miss Dee Dee. Thank you. I want to thank everybody for coming in today. We're going to get right into this. Like I said, you'll have time to go share the live. Let me go get this other phone because I do have a lot of notes on that other phone. I thought it was on this phone, but now thinking about it, I don't normally carry the other phone, but I'm pretty sure it's not on this phone. See, I'm looking and yeah, you guys, I've got 3 phones now and the computer and a tablet. So, hold on. I'll be right back. I'm so sorry for this, but I do have to get it. Okay. So you guys, I am so sorry because that wastes a little bit of time. I know it was only but about 2 minutes, but we've been going over our time. We usually only come on here for about an hour. And this is why I want to just get right into it because I want to start staying in that hour because when we have a live, and I know you guys want to stay longer, but first of all, it takes a lot of time from my family. Second of all, you guys do know I have to go to work. And then, and get dinner ready and all this other stuff. And it just wears me down. But not only that, when I go over these lives and see what you guys are saying and trying to respond to you, I get so wore out because it's 2 hours of a live when we could have just done it in 1 hour and then move to the next day. And if we have to come the next day, which is Tuesday, which we don't come on, I prefer to do that instead of have a 2-hour live when I'm going over it, trying to see what you guys are saying, answering your questions or whatever. But I'm going to tell you something, you guys. We're going to talk about the conflict of interest. I'm sorry. No. Woo, thank you, Lord. We're going to talk about the ethical conflict that the attorney for Codi Bigsby has stepped down from being his attorney, his representative. He has been representing Codi for 2 months. And all of a sudden, he has stepped down. Now, here's the thing. Now, I know you guys all know, but I got to refresh your mind because there's a lot of things going on here. And then we're going to get right into it. Before then, there is 3 judges that has stepped down too. They don't want to hear the case. When Codi was going to come for a bond hearing, the 3 judges was like, no, they recused themselves. What do that mean? They stepped down, same thing, just like the attorney just did. But they just, for some unknown reason, we don't know what it is, but we're going to talk about it tonight. They recused themselves. All 3 judges, they had to get another judge in another jurisdiction to come over to listen to the case. So we're going to have a lot of theories and assumptions and everything. We do have our own attorney in the building. So we're going to talk. She's probably going to call in. She's probably going to come up on the panel and we're going to discuss this. And we've been talking about this all day long. And some of this stuff, you guys, you're going to hear it from the horse's mouth on how this could have took place. But I want to share a couple of things with you. That's why I went and got this phone, you guys, because I got my notes on here. And my notes are really good. First of all, some people want to know. Because, see, I was going to try. See, I wasn't going to tell you guys, but I was going to come down there to Virginia. You say, oh, no, SP, no, you was not. No, I was making plans to come. I had asked my husband, I was like, hey, let's go. He was like, first he said, okay. Then he turns around and said, why are we going? And I was like, well, Corey's going to come up for his charges, and I want to be there right at the beginning. And he was like, what the charges? And I said, I kind of was like, oh, man, 7 counts of the child neglect. And he was like, okay, but why are you wanting to go for that? And I really didn't have an answer because that didn't make sense. So anyway, he was like, well, is he charged with the child's disappearance or murder or something or of anything? And I'm like, no. And he was like, well, I don't think it's feasible for us to go because he got 7 counts of, because he got 7 counts of that. You know, they're going to charge him because the police then already said, you know, he actually said that he did these things while he was in their custody before he asked for an attorney. Who knows if that's true or not? They might trying to say that it is true or it's not true because they want them to say, you know what? That's not true. And he's like, that is true. I asked for it a long time ago. And then they was like, no, it's not true. Okay. Well, bring it up. Let everybody see this tape. And so this is where certain things can come into play. I'm just sharing this with you guys, and I didn't think about this. Because you guys do know, and this is what, you know, a person that affiliated with law told me. First of all, every count that he has, he can get 5 years. Every count. So you take it 7 times 5. That is 35 years that he can go to prison. Just that alone. You ain't even got to worry about anything else. He not going to get out. He already, 40 something, 43. He ain't going to get out until he 70, 75, 78. I know he done retired, but, you know, I don't think he can make it that long. Did Corey use his attorney prior? I don't know. And that's something else, Shay. One thing I did read up, they said a reason why attorney will step down from counseling a person is because maybe they have some family member or whatever that they have did some representation with. And I thought, and then, you know, the person I was talking to, which was Miss Lisa, she was like, well, he would know that. And I said, yeah, he would know that. But they also said, because I've been doing a lot of research, they also said it can be anybody in the firm. Now, not all people say, well, I represented this person. So I said, well, could it be somebody in the firm represented the mama when she came down? And because you got to have them in the same state, and she come from Washington. But here's the thing. The funny thing about it, we want to fill in these holes with answers or whatever, but we don't really know if we know mama came from out of state. We do know that because the chief of police said she came down and she was there. That's what the chief of police said. So we do know that she does not live in that area. And also the sister says that. But let me tell you something. I don't think everybody understands that ethical conflict and conflict of interest is the same thing. Some people may think it's the same thing, but in law, you guys, conflict of interest and ethical conflict is not the same thing. First of all, I'm going to share this, and I'm going to hope Lisa come and explain her theory. I say her theory, and it may not be theory. It may be more fact with her speaking, because she is the professional when it comes to that. Like, you guys, you understand what I'm saying? Some people, they do this for a living. And when you ask them a question, I would take more of their understanding to be more true than someone that is a layperson like me. I mean, I dealt with law, but not on this type of thing. Okay. So, but I'm going to share some with you before we call everybody up, and I'm going to try to do all of this in 30 minutes, and then I'm going to stop and give, if you want to come up on a panel, I'll put the link in the chat, and then you guys can do that. So I first started looking up conflict of interest. And I don't know why I was looking up conflict of interest, because when I was trying to pull up ethical conflict, this is what came up, conflict of interest. So I said, well, it must be the same thing, right? So a conflict of interest arises when what is in a person's best interest is not in the best interest of another person or organization. So you say, yeah, it still makes it a conflict of interest. So when the attorney came on, he came to court, the judge asked him, would this jeopardize something in your firm, your organization or something? And the attorney said, yes. He said, you guys can't resolve it. And he says, no. And he asked Corey the same thing. Is this something that will hurt your case and you guys can't resolve it? And Corey said, no, we can't resolve it. Now, here's the thing, family. And I know that you guys are probably speaking to me and I can't see what you're saying. But here's the thing. And I can't remember what day this was, but I can remember this. Before they came on national TV and spoke about the attorney coming down, stepping down, I had got a phone call the day before. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't even remember who it was. I know somewhat of who it was. If I go back and listen to a whole bunch of, conversations, I can probably pin it down, but I just don't even have time. I just want to tell you what was told to me before this man, Jeffrey Ambrose, that's the attorney that stepped down from Corey, from representing Corey. I had got a phone call a day prior to all of this coming on TV and everything, a day prior. And the person said, hey, SP, this is what they said. And I'm just going to be honest. Why would she text me that in the middle of a, oh my God. Hold on, you guys. Oh God. Now I got to try to find to get out of the room to read this whole text message. Let me see. Woo! I don't know if she wants me to call her right now. I'm gonna call her. I'm gonna call her after live, you guys. I'm gonna call her after live. Okay, let me get back onto what I'm saying. That's gonna be information you guys want to know about Wednesday. I'm just not even gonna put that out there. I got to do some checking before I speak on it. I'm not gonna start speaking on things just because they jump at me and everybody want to tag me and give me stuff as soon as I come on here, because that's just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if she knows or anything, but I want to find out what they're talking about before we let it out, Anyway, what I was saying was that, I prior got the phone call and said that the attorney for Corey was going to be fired. And this was something that the sister had said. So it's not like the attorney was like, I can't, I just can't do this or whatever. But it could happen that way. It was just said to me, and thank you, Cherie Johnson. Thank you for sharing. It was said to me that, yes, this did happen. Let me put with 10-520 on there. The reason why I'm putting stop on there is because everybody that shared 20 minutes before we came on, while we were on, we're going to go up and they are going to get a gift for this. Anyway, and see, that's why we don't want the people to be like, oh no, I did. Usually sometimes, but you guys should know by now, come in. Don't let us get all ran into it and then say, oh, I shared. We need you to share, because this is how we get the information to everyone, especially when we got guests coming on. But anyway, they said that he was going to be fired. And I heard that after the thing too. So some people don't like to be like, oh no, he's stepping away because he feels this way. He can still feel that way. So, but what I was told was he was stepping away. He was going to be fired because, now this is what they told me prior to Jeffrey Ambrose going to the judge and asking himself to withdraw from being the attorney. They said the reason why he didn't want to be the attorney, or Corey was not happy with him, is because, and I'm just going to put it like this, he didn't believe him. Okay. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys. You guys got it? He didn't believe him. Or maybe he felt like he was guilty or something, but he didn't believe him. Anyway, whatever they spoke on, that's what was said before Jeffrey Ambrose came out, and then we all knew that he was stepping down. And the reason why I didn't say nothing to people, because when it was told to me, and I'm just being honest, when it was told to me, I was kind of like, I don't know if this person is telling me this so I can get on the channel and say something and it'd be totally wrong, and then I got egg on my face. And I didn't want to do that, because I'm like, yeah, right. Why would he? You know what I'm saying? You're telling me. See, sometimes you can't just blot out stuff, because if it's not right, and or the person that told you, they'd be sitting back like, I don't know where she got it or whatever. But this was the information that the boots and stuff down there came back and told me. And if that person wants to tell you who they are, if they're in the chat or whatever, I don't have a problem with it. But I don't know if you want me to let them know it was you that said this or whatever. So it's not that I'm trying to take the credit. I'm not. I just don't know if you want that to be put out there. Okay. And if you want to, you can come up and or we don't even have to see you or whatever, and you can let them know, yeah, you're the one that called me and we were talking and you said this is what's happening, and I said, wow, you know what I'm saying? But I couldn't just throw that out there, because people be like, SB, you crazy. And then when it happened, they'd be like, and then everybody be thinking I got some kind of special power or something, when I don't. But if it would have backfired and he wouldn't have stepped down, they would have been like, it would tear up the channel. People be like, SP just saying stuff about people that's not even true. So we sometimes got to be very careful. But I don't know how true it is, especially if it came from Corey's sister, because they must have had a conversation and he was like, I'm done. Whatever reason. But anyway, let me get into it, because I only got 4 minutes. So the conflict of interest arises when what is in a person's best interest is not in the best interest of another. person or organization to which that individual owes loyalty. For example, an employee may simultaneously help himself but hurt his employee by taking a bribe to purchase inferior goods for someone. So what he's saying, that's almost like they call double dipping. You know what I'm saying? He works for this place, but plus somebody else is giving him some money so they can get contract. That's a conflict of interest. But when you say ethical conflict, that's a whole different ballgame, you guys, okay? I just want you guys to know that that's a whole different ballgame. So let me share with you what they say about ethical conflict. Ethical conflict arises when individuals are confronted with a collision between general belief systems about morality. Think about morality, ethics, or justice in their own personal situation. Okay, now think about it. The attorney, Jeffrey Ambrose, says we cannot come to no kind of solution and work this out. Some people, and we were talking about this in the mornings when we come on, they have a moral or value to themselves. So just weigh ethical with the word morals and values. Morals. You know, when you say you got morals, I say I got morals. There's certain things you're going to know I'm just not going to do. Some attorneys, not all attorneys, but there's a reason why I want to talk to you guys about this. But some attorneys will not take a case because it's a baby missing, or they know that this person done something to the baby. And they're like, I don't want to have a part of it. Remember we were talking about how the king had sent down a decree to have all the babies up to 2 years old, taken out. But there were some people that, even though that was law of the land, there were some people that had moral values that goes with their belief that said, no, we're not going to. And that's how Moses went down that stream. That's how Jesus was still born, because there's certain people that says, my God, but my God, I can't do it. Okay. Even if it ain't the God, it could be, you know what? I feel wrong about this. Or, you know what? I don't want to have a part on this person getting away with something. Now, the one thing I want to say, because we're 30 minutes into it, and I am going to click it. You can come up if you want. Let me go ahead and click that. And that is, just remember while you're talking, this attorney walked away from a civil rights lawsuit that the police had already said they were in the wrong. And everybody knows a civil lawsuit can get you millions, billions of dollars. Especially when they say, yeah, we did it. But one thing you got to do, because they didn't say they didn't do it. They said, yeah, we did it. And that could be a reason too why they don't want to take the case, because he's probably like, we're going to sue them for my civil rights. He said, yeah, show them the video. Listen, yeah, because they're going to say, okay, you want to sue us for what we did. Let's see what you were saying in jail. And Corey's not listening. Corey's just money, money, money. I can give money to Amy. I can give money to this person. I can give money to, some must be going on the West case. Because people are giving me so much information. Okay. On the West case. Something must be going on, you guys. Anyway. If you guys want to come on up. We got one person in the house. Hey, this is SP.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Well, you know we go to court again on Thursday.
Yes,
I can't wait to see who his lawyer is.
right.
This last lawyer, he was an advocate for kids, for missing children.
Oh, was he?
Yes. So
So
when we
maybe.
spoke to him, he told us that, he really didn't feel comfortable doing the case.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So he said he wasn't comfortable with doing the case.
Yeah, being that Cody, even though the case didn't have nothing to do really with Cody being missing, he just said that he's an advocate for missing kids and it really didn't look right.
Exactly. That sounds like a really good reason why not to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Be-
agree.
if I'm an advocate for children, um, I'm not gonna sit somewhere and help someone get out. And I don't know. I don't know if um but before he took the case, he knew this was about a baby missing though. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, you're saying that, but that doesn't make sense to me because you knew
Well,
that
he was only hired for the neglect charges. He
that's still
wasn't
neglect.
hired
That's still
for
neglect to children.
yeah. But see, when he said when he first got hired, he didn't know. He thought it was just like a case that you're gonna say I did something, I'm gonna prove I didn't do it, and it was gonna be done and over with. He didn't know it was as deep as it was.
Okay. Okay, so he's gonna get another attorney. So tell me, okay, because you guys did, I guess you saying that you heard this from the attorney himself. So
Mm-hmm.
why did the other three judges recuse themselves? Are they all from the same, missing children organization or something?
No, they probably recused themselves because they didn't, want to deal with it either. Like if I was a lawyer, something as far as like this is my opinion, as far as like I'm going to school because for criminal justice. I want to be advocate for kids and I also want to be a guardian ad litem for kids, which that's like a lawyer for kids, basically. But
Mhm.
I couldn't see myself being a judge and feeling like in my mind, I probably think this person is guilty. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they felt like in their mind, they felt he was innocent, guilty, or whatever. It's something within how they felt that they all of them just left.
Okay.
I felt like
Mm.
they felt some type of way. That's why they did it. They just backed away.
Mm. Mm. Okay, but here's the thing. I got a phone call right before all of this went down,
Hmm.
and the person that talked to me, I don't remember who it was, but the person that talked to me told me that they spoke to the sister, and the sister told them that Jeffrey Ambrose is being fired because he
Correct.
doesn't he doesn't believe Corey.
Correct. It was a member in Team Cody. She stood out there that day and had a conversation. And during that conversation, he said that she did say she was gonna fire him. He either needed to pull himself away from the case or she was gonna have to fire him. She did say that. I'm trying to get somebody to come on your show. I ran into this lady today and she knows Corey.
Mm-hmm.
She used to live 3 doors down from Corey when Corey lived in Denby and Newport News.
Mm-hmm.
She lived a couple of doors down from him, and his mom used to come visit before she passed away. And she said a long time ago he had choked his mom, and allegedly when he choked her, she passed out and stuff, and she went and go to court. He was scared to go. She was scared to go to court against Corey. But I told her about the show tonight. She was supposed to come back over here and she didn't come. So maybe she'll come before you get off. Hopefully she comes, but I was just trying to figure out like what type of person, Corey was before all of this happened.
Wow. Yeah.
But she said he had a very quick temper. He liked to drink. She said his favorite drink was tequila. And, excuse me, she said he loved drinking. She said, but he was kind of mean to the kids. Sometimes he was mean to his wife. But she said he only was really violent or mean or something like that is if, like he was real drunk.
Mm.
But she's supposed to be coming back over to get, hopefully she comes back to get on the show.
Right. Wow. That's something else. I was thinking about this for the last 2 days, and I thought to myself, and I'm going to be honest with you, because I hear what you're saying, and in a way is what you're saying, because you did speak on that was what was told to me, correct? So what you're saying, I know you're saying from your heart, but I'm thinking though, attorneys, they do this for a living. You know what I'm saying? Attorneys,
Give me
yeah, okay. Attorneys do this for a living. And when attorney takes a case, they attorney, they don't even ask. This is what Lisa told me. If Lisa can call in or come up, I know people are texting me about something on the West Boys, but if you call in, Lisa, because or she might be driving home from work or whatever. Because Lisa is an attorney. But if he is a advocate for children, even though that he's an advocate for children, you still got a duty to do. You know what I'm saying? You cannot like when you're attorney, they don't even ask you, like, I mean, if you're friends or something, I got a friend or whatever, but they normally don't even ask you, did you do it or something? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So for him to feel some kind of way, what made him feel some kind of way? Because he was with him for 2 months. Mm-hmm. Even though that he knew that this child been missing for 2 months. He knew for 2 months. But here's the thing, and I'm just saying, but after he got those videos and seeing the videos of what was said, how it was said, I guarantee you, I can't guarantee you, but I can almost put my mouth on it and say those videos of that 72 hours that they had to speak to Corey, something is in those videos that's making everybody scared to speak for this child. So if you're an advocate, I'm an advocate. And yeah, I'm an advocate on here. I'm an advocate in real life. But still, yeah, right is right and wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? What do you feel about this?
It would be hard to be a lawyer a lawyer's job is to plead your innocence. Unless he felt like he was guilty, and how you gonna plead your innocence for someone if you already feel like that person is guilty somehow? Now, as far as Codi being missing, but as far as Corey leaving the kids, see, the judge has said that too. You got to make sure it's not this case. Nothing is about Codi being missing. Everything is about the neglect charges of the kids.
I understand that, but see, those are separate charges, though. Mm-hmm. He can probably when he took the case, it was about
everything.
The neglect charges. Okay, Lisa's calling in. Hey, Lisa.
I have to send you a bill. You know I got the situation today.
Oh, I'm sorry. You got to send me a bill? Okay, I got all the bills is on Capitol Hill. they all there. They all getting the same treatment. We don't discriminate with the bills. They just sit there on Capitol Hill. What do you think? Because Team Codi is on the panel right now, and she says that they talked to the Jeff Ambrose themselves, and he said that he advocates for children, so it's a problem for him. But plus, not only that, she also says that she knows about the phone call I got prior to this coming out, telling me that the attorney was going to get fired, and the reason behind that is because he did not believe Corey. What do you think's going on here?
I don't believe Corey, and I have an interview. I think all the answers. Oh, hi Team Codi, hi Chat, hi SP. I think all the answers is in the videos that they had to have. See, the reality is, if everybody think back, just logically think, anytime somebody's been accused of a civil rights violation, nobody ever gets those videos in a month. A lot of times you have to file a Freedom of Information Act just to get them to release them videos, because the interrogations are videos now. They all recorded.
And how long will it take after you file that?
Girl, them things sometimes take 3 years. Remember that boy in Chicago that the police shot 16 times? It took them 3 years to get the videos.
Mm-hmm.
And so the chief gave those videos up. He gave them up
Quickly.
And he gave them up for a reason. Look, it is no better manipulators on the face of the earth than somebody working at the police station. They have been trained to get you to give up the information. The tapes were given up. That 72 hours was given up because Corey, and you can't get me to change my mind. Corey told something or said something or implied something in them videos. And I'm going to tell you how you can know for sure. If I say, SP, you had me at the police station and you had me there for 4 days and you violated my civil rights. I asked you for a lawyer several times. Now, how do you find out how would the lawyer find out he asked for a lawyer other than taking his word for it? And nobody's going to take the word for you from him because you got to prove it. So how would the lawyer find out that this man actually asked for a lawyer?
They had to give him the videos. He had to look at it.
Okay. So now he's looking at he got the videos.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the chief just turned him over. You think it's a coincidence? He just politely said, yes, sir. I am going to be cooperative and I'm going to give you the tapes. So he gives him the tapes because the man's civil rights is violated. Now he says, you violated his rights. He asked for an attorney several times. So at what point did they ask for the lawyer? So they said, I saw on your show, they said he asked for a lawyer 10 hours in. So, which lets you believe somebody had to listen to 10 hours worth of tapes to timestamp that 10 hours. Then somebody had to continue to listen to timestamp the next time he asked for a lawyer. Then they had to continue to listen to timestamp the third time he asked for a lawyer. Because otherwise, how would they have an count of how many times he asked for a lawyer?
Right.
Man, the answers in the tape. Look, everything else is just it's watching the movie to see who right, who wrong. But the answers is in the tape, and that's why everybody quit. That's why everybody said, I'm gonna move on, because it's one thing nobody wants to be involved with a baby killer, and that's just the truth.
Right, and then and then knowing they seeing the video, like what he said prior to them saying you're under arrest, you know, because you can say whatever you want to say. Well, you can't tell everybody you did a crime or whatever. I mean, you're going to get in trouble, but you can say some really crazy stuff and they can't use it until they say, okay, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say is such. But what Corey did after they read him his rights, he agreed on talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
No, the character that they keep describing of Corey is a cocky man. So Corey was bad. I'm sure if this man has an anger problem and he's an alcoholic, I was married to a raging alcoholic. If this man is married and he has an anger problem and he's upset, he's saying all kinds of things. It's almost like nah. Because what the chief say? This man is 43 years old and he's smart. He's intelligent. So what he knew is, I'm going to ask for a lawyer, then I'm going to say what I want. I want to say because y'all can't use it. But the law says, that's what people assume, but the law says you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be. It's can and will be. So it's not necessarily thrown to the wolves. It's not necessarily fruit from a forbidden tree, necessarily. So, you know, I think Corey got mad, and because he didn't get what he wanted, and that's what they do. They get mad. He didn't get what he wanted, and he started shooting off the mouth because he thinks that anything he says after he asks for attorney is from a forbidden tree. But that's not what the Miranda rights say. It says can and will be. Doesn't say it has to be after. So, you know, it's a tricky situation. The only thing is, he's still in jail.
Can you ask her why were the judges like all recused from the case? Why would they do something like that?
Did you hear that, Lisa? She asked why was something like all three judges recused themselves from the case?
I keep telling y'all, this is only my opinion. I'm going to keep telling y'all my opinion. I think everybody knows what's on the interrogation tapes. I think Codi, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not calling this. I'm trying to get it right. I call my dog my son.
Okay.
I think Corey
yes.
incriminated himself somehow in the 72 hours. It's on this tape. And the moment that they asked for these tapes for the civil rights violation, it passed it on. Because now certain things, of course, you got to explain why you want it. So
right.
If you got to keep explaining why you want something, that everybody's curiosity is this. And if it's a small town, if this town in Virginia is a small town and y'all only got 3 judges, it's easy for word to get out. So what they saying is, I'm going to tell y'all what happened for real. If somebody get arrested, it's 15 people stay employed. One criminal keeps 15 people employed. So if you got money, like OJ, you go woke. You done paid for your freedom. Because what the judges do is they got golf games. They got billiard games. They go and that's when they have their conversations. So if one judge is friends with the other judge and they have casually talking about a case that they don't have, that is not in their courtroom, then it's free game. They're not talking about something that they forbidden to talk about because they don't have the case. So if they discuss it and they say, well, I hear he did it. I heard he did it. They said he did it because they is everywhere. So if they say he did it, then a lot of them will say, okay, well, I just don't even want to touch it. You know, nobody wants to touch child killers because the kids is the only people on earth that can't even scream for help. They don't even know they're in danger. They don't even know that they should run. A 3-year-old boy that's home with his daddy don't know that he's in danger from his own father. He's 3. Now, a dog, if you step on a dog's tail, a dog's going to bark. But if you hit a kid's going to cry, but the kid doesn't know he's in danger. The kid doesn't know that daddy is going to do something bad to him because he's 3. He doesn't have that concept
Codi.
The mama, and everybody else who won't tell. And they all got this guilty knowledge of what happened to Corey. Shame on them, and they get what they get.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So, but okay. Yeah. So do you think, see, because it was kind of weird when all three judges recused themselves, but like you said, yeah, they do go to the golf course and the opera and the dinners and the dance and their kids' soccer games together. And then they talk because, you know, they can learn from each other certain things, and then they want to know what's coming up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it's not to have opinion about it, but and then also it could be too that one judge got the search warrant, you know, the order to put the search warrant out there, and they spoke on the search warrant, and they're like, they're seeing something in that search warrant, what evidence they done found, so they feeling some kind of way. And you know, like if somebody say, oh, there was a lot of blood in the house, but it was all wiped up, but it was all on the walls and everything, and then they made a little remark thinking that, okay, you know, that kid ain't gonna make it or whatever. And then now all of a sudden, you know, he's on charges for just the 7 charges, not on the baby being taken out or disappearing or anything, but 7 charges of neglect. They're feeling some kind of way. Or if they seen the video, they're feeling some kind of way. Or if they signed the search warrant, because when you get a search warrant, you just can't say, Your Honor, I need a search warrant for such and such, such, such. You got to give him some detailed reasons why we're finna invade into a person's life and resident and tear it apart. And you got to give me some kind of information that I believe that there's a good reason for you to go into this person's house and tear it all apart to try to find what you're looking for. First of all, Your Honor, it's a 4-year-old little boy that's missing. Next thing, Your Honor, he's not speaking to us. He won't talk. He's saying that the baby left at 2 a.m. in the morning. Third, Your Honor, you know, the parents is known for this. We've got other witnesses saying this, and we got other witnesses saying that, which, you know, they come out in the wash at the end. And so it doesn't take a lot to get the judge to sign you that order, especially when a child is missing. But you can't just go in there because you just want to go looking at something. You've got to have a reason, and a reason why. And when they went there more than once, they got other court orders, search warrants.
Well, because they told the judge what they were looking for. And SP, you can't even get SP, those tapes. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all the answers is in these tapes. So if it's a recording of a police, anything involving the police, the interrogations, the body cameras, all that, those cameras have to be signed off to get. But most of the time, even the mayor of them cities knows what's in these videos. And that's sometimes why they won't even release them. They hold back the release of these videos.
They didn't. You're right.
It's in the video. No matter how hard y'all look, how many people you talk to, the only thing y'all doing is only thing that's coming up now is the character of these people. But the answers to what happened to Codi is in these tapes. And that's why everybody is walking away.
You know what? I believe you, Lisa. I believe you. You know why? Because the attorney was his attorney for 2 months. He knew that the child was missing. Now all of a sudden he got epiphany. He doesn't feel right. But after he's seen the video, because, you know, civil rights. And here's the one thing you said too, because I didn't say this. You said this. There's a 7-digit number on a lawsuit, on this civil lawsuit.
Always look at the Ben Crump cases. Ben Crump is a civil rights attorney. Mm-hmm. You can find one court case. One time Ben Crump stood in front of a judge and pleaded for money for civil rights violation. Because civil rights violation nets you 7 figures. And if you search any of Ben Crump's cases, none of them got less than 7. figures. So what you in essence saying is this lawyer who was hired for a civil rights violation walked away from the money?
Yeah, because it was right on the table. He walked away from the money.
No way. It ain't no way, SP. No way.
Right. Right. You're right. I believe you. Okay. I don't know what's going on with my phone. Okay. Anybody got anything to say? Well, Lisa, I appreciate you speaking on it. No way I'm walking from that money. Yeah, I wouldn't walk away from, girl. And you wait for a case like this, and the police done already said, yeah, we violated his rights. We should have honored it. And then you looking like, man, only thing I ain't even gotta say, Your Honor, hey, we're only conversation they're gonna have is how much we gonna pay.
Yeah.
You ain't even got to do no work. How much y'all gonna pay? It's worth this. It's worth that. It makes him look bad. His family is grieving. He's away from his home. He was just distraught. He couldn't look for his kid. Everybody, it makes him look bad on his case. Whatever. But you just walked away from all that money because you have a moral value. If you had a moral value, you wouldn't have came in the first place.
And he said and your team Codi just said he came for the civil rights violation, but he found out something else. That's why he walked away. He walked away from 40% of the 7 plus. It's 33% on the lawsuit. But then when they had the paperwork and all the extra stuff they say they have to do, it's 40%. So even if he got $1 billion, you mean to tell me a lawyer walked away from $400,000? No way. That's been no way.
Right.
He crazy.
Right. You're right. No, I don't believe he walked because he's not even fighting the charges, or well, there's not no charges, but he's not fighting. There's no charges brought up on Corey about this missing child. The only charges he has is the 7 charges of neglect. So right. But so here's the thing. So this what you're seeing, this attorney walked away from his civil rights being not honored case, which is millions and millions of dollars, ain't got nothing to do with Codi. Your civil rights ain't got nothing to do with Codi. I told everybody this, and I you know what? I'm for, hey, if they violated his rights, hey, whatever, pay him or whatever. I don't care who you are. I believe in the civil rights. And if we get mad just because this person is a person of interest or a suspect, it still don't matter to me. Your civil rights is your civil right. We start saying, hey, it's okay because this is a baby or what, or it's okay because it's my child. It's okay. No, it's never okay because, we're known from one thing that we don't want to ever go back to is when the police pull you over and they ask for your ID or whatever, and you step out the car, because we know once we step out, we're not getting back in. But next thing you know, when they put you in the car, you may not never be seen again. And a lot of people know that. That's why they take off running. And so, they still have the fear in the families that pass that down. If police stop you, that's why a lot of African Americans run. They run because they will take him under the bridge or take him to the barn and beat him. Next thing you see them, they be like, oh, they fail or whatever. And they be like, no, nobody's going to listen to what you just said because, and just like Rodney King, had not that video was out, girl.
They just recently just had a story too. I'm not gonna plug the channel, but it's they do the real news. It's like TYT. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but they it's called Indisputable. But anyway, he was talking about there was a young man that was African American that they beat the living crap out of him, and they put him they put his face in the concrete and everything, and he was actually developmentally delayed. And they showed the pictures of him actually in the hospital, and he I mean, his teeth actually got pushed up into his, back and up. So they actually are going to have to do oral surgery on his face. And like, I mean, the mom said that he looked like today's version of Emmett Till. That's how bad they beat him, and this was just a recent story. So you're right. You're right. But I just wanted to come up and just mention, because it just dawned on me, because when you're talking about all the judges that have recused themselves, and I just from my experience, and I just thought it might be a food for thought. I had to go through eviction court, and it didn't go through. Like, I won the case, but the eviction court, when I went on, I did it over the phone. And I remember the judge had asked me, and he goes, Miss Gardoni, he goes, I just want to let you know that I do know, he knew my landlord from military from years back. And he said, is it okay if I preside still, if you want me to continue to preside over the case? So I know that Cody's dad was in military. So I don't know. I'm just food for thought. Maybe possibly there might be some military ties. Maybe they know him from previous, military service that they did maybe years before.
Right.
I don't know. It just hit me. So I thought it was just something food for thought to put in.
Okay, but wouldn't that be a conflict of interest and not an ethical conflict?
Yeah, that would be. I just thought I'd just throw it out there, because I just had a light bulb go off when I heard you say something about the.
See, we were looking at that too, and I was sitting there thinking. That's why I try to tell people conflict of interest and ethical conflict is two different things.
Right. Well, I just thought I'd come up and just chime in, and just thought maybe, you never know.
We never know. I don't think we're going to never know. But the young lady that's on the panel says she spoke to him, and that's what he said. So
all three judges?
No, she said she spoke to Jeff Ambrose.
Oh, okay.
And he said that he just didn't feel right because he was, he advocates for children.
Okay. Yeah, and there could be many. There could be, I don't know. And I don't know. I just thought I'd just come in and chime in and just say that, just in case, because I know there were military ties, and maybe, they might say ethical, because politics are politics, regardless, But, all right. I just wanted to chime in and say hi. My internet was down, so that's why I haven't been in the chat. So, okay. Okay. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. Lisa, hold on, Lisa. Here, Natasha, I still got your ticket we're working on, but there's your number right there. I got you right there, Natasha. Lisa, you got anything else to say?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Thank you for answering the questions. You did clear up a lot of stuff for, especially me. I'm hard-headed, but I listen.
All right.
All right.
I'll send you that bill.
Okay, just go ahead and send the bill.
Okay.
All right, bye. Team Codi.
Yes, ma'am.
She's saying, right now, people. You have anything that because we're 1 hour already in, that you want to share? Because I'm glad that you guys spoke to him. Wow.
Not really. I guess we'll update you after Thursday.
Yeah, that young lady didn't come on, did she?
Nope. She did not come over. She was supposed to come over. The next time I'm gonna record her when she says something. I'm gonna call her later and ask her.
Oh.
And I'm gonna record her saying it.
Well, you have to be very careful because, oh Lord, this girl, she's saying that she can't find our channel. Well, we can listen to it, but we can't put it out there because maybe her voice or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She may just let you. She may just let you. She may just come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask her. Can she come Friday? when you do yours on Friday.
Or you can ask her that maybe, share it.
Yep.
You know.
I could ask her to either come over Friday, because you'll probably do one Friday, right?
Yep, we'll be here Wednesday and we'll be here Friday. Wednesday, what's today's date? Today's 25th, 26th, 27th. Okay, so Thursday is the 28th, and I work Thursday morning. And that's, well, see, he's only going to court to see if he got an attorney.
To get, yeah, for his
And
attorney.
yeah, and they either gonna, what someone told me? He probably, it's going to be hard for him to find an attorney, or he's going to ask for a continuance so he gets more time to find him an attorney,
But he gotta have an attorney before his trial, before his preliminary hearing?
Yeah, but that's not going to be preliminary hearing.
Yeah, but he got to get him a lawyer before June 23rd. That's
June the 13th? You mean June the 13th?
Yeah, June 13th. That's his preliminary hearing.
Right, but they will change the date if he doesn't find it. They have to give him time. His attorney, see, and that's what something too. If he would have told him, you're out of here, they probably wouldn't be so merciful to say, okay, well, you're so smart now, get your attorney. But since his attorney says, hey, I can't do this, that puts you in a bad situation. Hey, look, I'm looking at going to jail for 35 years. I need time to find someone appropriate. And 2 weeks is just not can you allow me more time? I'm pretty sure they'll give him more time.
It just tells me how he's so content sitting there.
Huh?
He's so content just sitting there.
I don't think he's content. I think he's very bothered. This, I think, went the wrong way. For some unknown reason, for him to call that child in missing, that right there tells you there's a conscience, or sooner or later they know that somebody's going to be asking about this child, either the mother or the state, because the child has to come up to go to school. Have the child been getting his shots or anything? The child, how long this child been missing or whatever. They're now looking at that. And I'm going to tell you something. This is why I was telling people it would have been a conflict of interest, even though that I know you and I thought about this, or, we talked or had conversation and you may feel like I'm your friend or whatever. It become a conflict of interest when you want me to be in agreement with you when I am with Warriors for Children. I don't agree with adults. You see what I'm saying? So I know some people like, oh, now you understand? I'm for the child no matter what. I'm for, just like you for the adult, no matter what. I'm for the child. So when you want me to be in agreement with you, or you want me to support you, I can't, because you're supporting an adult. And whether I believe it or not, which I'm not pointing fingers at the mom or anything, but I can't put myself on the side of one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? No time. I'll let you speak on it.
That's why I say us Team Codi, we biased. We not for Corey, we not for Dina, we not for neither one. We for Codi.
Right. And that's only reason why I say that. I think it makes our channel really good, because I don't bash. I try to install in the people, let the people speak, because if you bashing people before you come up, they're not going to come. They're going to be like, oh, hold up. No, y'all just doing stuff. So when, and this person, actually the initial time that they came up, they was bashing somebody else because they didn't come up. It just ruined everything. And I had to fix that. That's not something that I sit back and said, oh yeah, come on up. Let's bash. You know what I'm saying? It caused me a lot of problems. So I already knew problems was going to come. I knew this. I mean, I'm just stating, I knew this, because when you have groups that is aligned with their organization,
yeah,
That's what it's about, because I'm in line with my organization, which is Warriors for Children. They want alliance, but I can't be in alliance with you because I'm not for, an adult, because you think you're a good advocate for an adult, or you can get them off or whatever, or you got 10 people off jail or whatever. Oh, that's good, that's great. But we just trying to keep advocating for the kid. If it ain't nothing but showing a picture, that's advocating. If it ain't nothing but getting the word out that he's still missing, that's advocating. If it's making phone calls, asking why you guys are not talking about this. And somebody told me this. They said, SP, you know how this all went down. The police, they do a very, very good job. A lot of people don't give them credit. They think they know more than what, they think that they can go in there and police, people. But these people do this on a daily. I'm serious. When I do my job, I do it on a daily. Now, they may have taught you about this, your kid, or how to do this or whatever. But most of the time, when situations happen and you need a nurse, you don't need somebody fumbling. You don't need somebody scared or not knowing what they're doing. You need that person that I'm not worried about what you think. I'm not worried about you didn't come home last night or whatever, or why you didn't get out the bed. Now your child, you know what I'm saying? I just focus on the kid no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when the police do their job, when Chief Mark says he been doing this, I can't remember if he said 28 years or whatever, and don't quote me on that, but he said it was a long time. And he said he done seen, double murders, triple murders, quadruple and triple and stuff murder. I ain't never, he said, and he says, and it's not a mystery. You can guarantee it's very, very easy to understand what he's saying without saying what he's saying.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so when people ask me, well, what do you think? Do you think Codi, when people speak like that, and then I see their whole character when they walk away, they all got their heads down and everything. And then when everybody's talking about, ain't nobody out here searching, and it took 4 hours for them to come get this, and it took them 6 hours, because you know what? They said it's not a mystery.
Yeah. But y'all know Kate still out there searching, her and Amber, every day.
And they should, because it's like it's going to be like a needle in a haystack. Now, it's going to be hard, but this, if what they're saying, this child, see, that's what people didn't understand. They also believe that this child came up missing way prior to this January the 31st. So when people kept on putting in the equation, yeah, he walked out, he could have, he should have, he did it. There's reasons why people would think that child didn't come up missing that day. They must have video of, this corner over here showing anybody that's coming in, going out. When you put the FBI on there, you're shutting down everything. You're getting this lamp pole, you're getting this camera. You don't even have to ask for permission. You ain't got to go to no judge. You just get all of this stuff, and then even if you have to get the bird in the sky to see did anybody leave that house, and that's all you really got to do, and you find out, guess what? Ain't nobody left that house in 2-3 days, especially not no kid, because I guarantee you can see everything from that eye in the sky, you guys. And they don't never tell you guys about it, but I guarantee you, I know people, and I know people work at the Pentagon and everything. And if they're not going to tell you, yeah, that's where we got our information, so we know that child didn't walk out that house.
Mm-hmm.
But they look at that stuff, because I'm going to tell you something. I mean, FBI and police, they're just like us. They're just people. They don't have no superpowers, but they do have instruments that will help, that they may not can speak to you about and say, yeah, I got this from over there. And that's just the way it works in that world. You know what I'm saying? Just like me being a nurse. Sometimes, it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if we can help, we can help. And And sometimes we can't just say what we just did or whatever, but if it was for the better or whatever, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Without saying what I'm saying. That's just how the world works.
Yep.
But when Chief Mark said, it's not a mystery. It's not a mystery. You can bet more, believe it. And I know some people are sitting back going, but they're not looking for anything else. You want to distract someone that knows way more than you. But that's just weird, because if I know that I gave you or you had my child, and then I may not, I could take this person's word for what they said and that, but I put everything together, and I know that you're lying, and I know whatever you're talking about is lying. I may not could come out and tell the public that you're lying. That didn't happen. But I know you're lying. You know what I'm saying? But I can't say that, because then you're gonna say I'm trying to encourage, the public that you are someone or whatever,
Yep.
But when the just like on the West case, they had people still looking for the West boys. Ain't said nothing. They was like, come over here, come over there. And then people was coming. People was like, I seen them over here, seen them over there. They was like, okay. Sometimes you couldn't even get them on the phone. You was like, okay. I literally had to call the freaking mayor and say, look, you will take my phone call. What's going on? Or you know what? We're going to come down there and we're going to rally and we're going to protest. We you know what I'm saying? Because you guys saying you got this 1-800 number or whatever. You telling me y'all not talking about these kids anymore? You this 1-800 number is a joke or whatever. And she sat me down and we talked. And they will talk to you. Because when you blow that horn to these public officials and say you're not doing your job, and you want to know why, well, then you start figuring out what's going on, and that's sometimes you got to get things moving by letting them know the family ain't down there just by themselves, and we're just gonna cry and go home and sing kumbaya. If you want to have a job next year, if you want to have a job next year, speak on this child and let us know something, or let us know that you guys are still trying to work on this child or whatever.
Yeah.
Because it only takes one to bring 1,000. And once people get the word and make a noise and say, hey, y'all did this or did that or didn't do this or whatever, you will not have a job next year. That's the good thing about they work for us. They really honestly do. And it does work. It works. It's just getting the people together, and and instead of one person wants to, it's violating rights or whatever. But even though that it does, they did violate his rights. Like I said, I'm in agreement with whatever they said on it. But I'm not going to speak on it all day, every day, because that's his violating his rights. Okay, they violated his rights.
They do that every day.
Okay, they need to pay for it because they're wrong.
Yeah, I feel like that's why they ain't giving him no bond. Cause soon as they give him a bond, he gets out. He gonna go ahead and start suing the city of Hampton, and they know that. On top of him fighting this case or whatever, I feel like Corey gonna sue them.
Well,
and that's why they trying to hold him in there longer.
Usually, let me tell you something. And I'm gonna get off of here, but normally, I had an attorney that was my best friend, and a situation came up, and I went. They wanted to speak to me. I told him he asked me a question because we're friends. He asked me, "Hey, what's going on?" or whatever. I'm not gonna really speak on it, but on the situation, I walked in, I spoke to him or whatever. When I walked out, I called him and I said, "I'm out," and he told me. I said, they said that they're going to call me later on and question me, or I need to call them. They gave me the card. And he said, SP, had they had something on you, they would have kept you. See what I'm saying? They don't let you go.
Yeah.
because they just don't like you.
Yeah.
They got to really believe that you either going to run or you're going to mess around. They already can't figure out what you done already done, let alone let you out and do some more. Because they done lost 2 months of this time. I'm not saying that Corey done anything. I'm just saying they believe Corey done something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's got to give them time. And like, if he get out, that's what they're thinking. That's what they told the judge. Let me tell you something. The judge was not going to let him out. The judge was not. You know why? The kids are still in protective custody.
Yeah.
If you let him out and then he's trying to get these kids and he ain't up on no charges, so now you're trying to get the kids. Now you're putting these other kids in danger. I mean, that's why they say he's a danger to society. Not saying, and then like when people would say, oh, they in jail, but you let a person out and then they go off and kill 10 people because they got nothing to lose.
You right.
And then some people was like, well, SP, there was a young boy down here, Tomlin or something. And his mother, they didn't arrest her. And the reason why, because she's white and he's black. Let me tell you something. If she would have said anything possibly wrong, she probably said when they got to saying or whatever, I do want an attorney. I'm not giving up my rights. I'm not speaking to you no more. This is not what Corey did. So you cannot sit there and say it's because this is a white thing and a black thing. You wasn't there. But I guarantee you, when they said you're under arrest, you have the right to remain silent. Do you still want to continue to talk to us? I guarantee you, she said, no, I want an attorney. Corey didn't do that. Corey was like, I didn't do anything. So I talked to you. My kid is missing. That's the difference between somebody getting let go and somebody not getting let go. I'm just telling you the truth. You continue to talk to the police when they tell you have the right to remain silent, then you know what? Okay. God bless your soul. I know when I was told you have the right to remain silent, the only thing that came in my mind is I am done. I want an attorney or I want to go home. Now, y'all going to hold me here. You only can hold me for 72 hours. If not that, give me an attorney or quit talking to me because I got nothing to say to you. I am done. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't understand your rights right now, then okay. But something that Miss Lisa did say, Miss Lisa said, some people think that they're smarter and, they try to, because it do look kind of suspicious when it's your child missing, but now you don't want to talk. Just like it looks suspicious when the mother, it's your child missing, but you don't want to talk. But let it look suspicious. It's better to look suspicious than to get down there and start talking to the police. Because one thing you got to understand, it can and will be. Let me tell you, you can lie to the police and do 20 years. You lied to the FBI, end up doing 10, 20 years. Just because you lied. Lied about something ain't got nothing to even do with the case because you just lied. You told them your name was Tommy, and your name ain't Tommy. Your name is Tommy John. You know what I'm saying? And you lied and had them. You know what I'm saying? You lied. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
So you need to have the attorney so you will not pick up no more charges and you can work on whatever you're working on or whatever. That's all I got to say.
Well, I guess I'll let y'all go. Y'all keep pushing his flyer, showing it on social media.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to make a new, if anybody got any flyers they want me to put on, like if they make a flyer or something and send it to me, I'll put it on our community board. I'll put it on all the places that we have and everything.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Have a good night.
We appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, I'm going to get off here. We are 1 hour and 27 minutes. Let me see if I'm missing anything. Okay, did I say Dana? Okay, no, that's not Dana. That was Natasha. I want to thank Natasha for giving us a super chat. We appreciate you, Natasha. Girl, you always rocking, coming through there. You guys, I'm going to get off of here. Be good, be safe, and be nice to each other. Bye.
TeNika Shenette, the plus-size doll. Do you like to shop online but hesitate because of the uncertainty about sizing and the quality of some items? Have you came across an outfit that you love to rock, but girl, you want to know more about the company and how their items run first? I get it. Check out TeNika Shenette, the plus-size doll on YouTube for the latest updates in plus-size fashion and styles. She does the reviews that you can use. Timing is of the essence, but she will reach out to any company if she's not already signed with them. And get that item or a similar item to try it on first and provide that honest review on sizing, quality, and shipping. She does it all and often can get a discount code exclusively for her subscribers. So subscribe now and shop with confidence, knowing if you would size up, size down, or true to size. She also reviews wigs, bundles, hair products. Like I said, she does it all. Measurements are in the description as well as the contact information for business inquiries or collabs. So subscribe today to be a part of the dollhouse where everything is big,